Things. Things, things, things. Things. So now we gotta head on back to Angel Falls. Along the way, I'm probably gonna level up a bit. Maybe get to like level 4 or 5 while we still got Ivor around, because we're not gonna have him around for all that much longer. So I'll meet you guys back at the Falls of the Angels. One more thing I forgot to talk about, actually, here in like the Angel Falls outskirts kind of area. If you look at where I am on the map, right over here, and this will pertain to like other places in the world too, there are like these places where there'll be like little sparklies on the ground, and if you press A on them, you will get a certain item, and they'll have like, these items have various uses. Some of them are better than others, some of them, and then they'll respawn over time too. So some of them take longer to respawn, some of them respawn fairly quickly, and you don't have to like reset the game in order to get them to come back or anything like that. So these are very useful and should be taken advantage of as much as possible. Alright, to Angel Falls we go. One more thing, actually, this is another new enemy that is on this, I don't know what to call it, in like this area. And these are batterflies. They're, once again, not anything too special. I think they have 2 attacks, that's it. Just thought I'd show that. Alright, so we are finally back at Angel Falls. Obviously, as you can see, Ivor had a bit of a rough time with the training. He's very much dead at this point. But I got up to level 5, and there's a few things that happened, which I can, I guess, get into right now, actually. I learned a spell. I learned Heal, which costs 2 MP, and it, well, obviously heals you. It's similar to a medicinal herb at this point, and it can obviously be better depending on like various attributes and whatnot that you have. And also I got some skill points, which is something completely different than all this other stuff. So, you know how everyone keeps calling me a minstrel? That's my class. That's what class I am at this point in the game. Later on, you'll get the option to change your class, which I probably will because I hate being a minstrel. I don't think they're very good. I mean, actually, I might stay a minstrel because I'm gonna do something a little weird. Obviously, like you see, I put 3 points into whip skill, and then like how it's set up is these are the weapons that I am able to equip as a minstrel. I can equip a sword, I can equip a whip, or I can equip a fan. I can also have a shield, but we don't have shields. Well, we do have a shield available to us at this point, which I may purchase soon. We can get one from the shop in Angel Falls, and then also each class has their own like special thing that's the last one in their skill point list. And for a minstrel, it's litheness, which I don't think is all that good, really. I mean, it's okay. And like if you get points in this and then say you get 22 and you get natural charm, which increases your charm by 30, and then say you change to a different class, say you change to like a mage or something, you'll keep that charm plus 30. That'll carry over between classes. It's just, it depends on your character. All these stat changes will stick with you no matter what. Unless you obviously like delete your character in some way, shape, or form, then they're gone forever. But I wouldn't expect people to really do that all that often unless they're starting a new game. And then like depending on what level you are, you will either get 0. Actually, it might change. I think you can get anywhere from 0 to 5, 0 to 6 maybe. I'm a little foggy on it, but like you start off from level 5. You'll get 3, and it'll like I don't know the pattern that it follows. Like I'll get 3, and then I think I'll get like 0, and then maybe 3 again or something like that. Like it'll follow a specific pattern, and it's always gonna follow that pattern no matter what class you are, no matter what items you have equipped. It's based specifically on reaching certain levels. You'll get a certain value of skill points. And I'm sorry, like, if I'm explaining this and you already know all this garbage, but I'm making sure people who have no idea about any of this stuff know what's going on, so they're not super lost, like is very possible to be in this game at points. I mean, it's an RPG, so it's got a lot of RPG elements to it, like skill trees and whatnot. And there's like other stuff in here that we don't need to care about right now. And then my attributes, this is what they're sitting at after the level ups. And I guess I can go through like what these do right now as well. So strength is obviously like your physical attack stat. Agility is how fast you are. Resilience, I think, has to do with, it ties in with defense. I think like it's your resistance to magic, maybe. I think that might be it, now that I think about it. I think that's like magic resistance. Deftness is how likely you are to dodge or hit an enemy. Because there's always like a chance that you can miss. Just straight up whiff. And the higher your deftness is, the less likely you are to miss, and the more likely you are to dodge an enemy attack. Charm has to do with like an effect that can sometimes happen. The higher your charm is, which minstrels tend to have fairly high charm. Not like super out there, but it's usually higher than average. The higher your charm is, the more likely you are to get that effect, which will basically stun an enemy for some number of turns, like 2 or 3 turns or something like that. So it's pretty good. And then magical mending ties in with your ability to heal. The higher your magical mending is, the more you can heal for when you use like a spell. Obviously, because magical mending, not just mending. So like if I used heal and I had like super good magical mending, instead of healing for like maybe like 32 or something, I would heal for like 50. So it can be very useful to have very high magical mending. Magical might is offensive spells. The higher it is, the stronger your offensive spells are. Max HP, max MP, pretty self-explanatory. MP is magic. Like that's like spells will have a certain MP cost associated with them, and if you don't have enough MP to meet that cost, then you can't use the spell. So having lots of MP is good if you're using lots of spells, and then HP, if you hit 0, you die, which is not good. Don't hit 0 HP. And actually, I didn't notice there was an actual attack stat. So I think strength has to do with, like, your range of damage that you can do. Like, the higher your strength is, the better of a range you get, and the more likely you are to crit, possibly. But, like, attack is your attack stat, defense is your defense stat, and they have to do with, like, well, obviously, your attack and defense. There's not much more to it. Style, I have no idea. I have no clue what style has to do with. That might tie in with charm in some way, but I have no idea. I'm clueless. But apparently Minstrel's got a ton of style, which I don't really care for. So that's all the different attributes, really. And then there's equipment and all that. Whoa, hi there. Zoom on in. You can have a weapon, a shield, some sort of headpiece, some sort of torso piece, gloves, pants of some kind, shoes, and an accessory. And they'll do various things depending on which ones you have equipped. Okay, so it is nighttime now. Ivor is super duper dead. And I believe we have to go over here. Yeah, okay. Mayor Litlin, we're gonna talk it up with you a bit. I see, so the soldiers from Stormway should have the pass cleared for us before long. That's right, everyone will be so relieved to hear the news. Ivor saves the day, eh? Don't be ridiculous, you were foolish to go all the way out there. Just the two of you, utterly foolish. We can never do anything right with this guy. What's his problem? He needs to just stop being such a Debbie Downer. But why are you so angry? Yeah, I'm on your side, Ivor. If we hadn't gone to landslide, you never would have known it was about to be cleared. I mean, I guess it's fairly irrelevant. Yeah, I didn't know I'd have found out soon enough. Yeah, okay. I understand that, but I got to kill Ivor. Doesn't that make you happy, Mayor Litlin? I killed your son, and you seem to hate him enough that you wouldn't care. Knowing a little bit sooner is hardly worth the risking your life for. That's why I'm angry. That's why you're foolish. Fine. Oh yeah, there was something else, something I heard from one of the soldiers. They wanted us to find some girl called Patty who went missing on her way here. And as if on cue, Aaron, wait a minute, is that true? Aaron, what are you doing here? What do you think? I'm here because I heard you whisked Alpha Joe off on some silly adventure. Hey, I like adventure. Anyway, never mind that. Is it true that Patty from Stormway has gone missing? Yes, it is true. Okay, so Aaron is from Stormway originally. And she apparently remembers her dad talking about Patty from when he was in Stormway. Oh dear, maybe she didn't know he'd passed away and she was coming here to see him. Okay, so apparently Aaron's dad is dead. We're learning lots of things now. Well, I can understand everyone's concerned, but we can't very well send off a search party with no lead to go on. Actually, the soldier said something about how she might have been on her way here through the hexagon. Is that so? Well, even if that's the case, we still can't be of any help. The hexagon is far too dangerous nowadays. Aaron, why don't you take off Joe home now? Try not to worry too much. I'd appreciate a bit of privacy so I can talk some sense into this pig-headed son of mine. There. See you, Ivor. Good luck with that. I was so worried when I heard you left the village, Alpha Joe. Oh, no need to be worried. I am fine. Ivor's dead, but I am hundo percento. Yeah, I seem unscathed. Obviously, a lot tougher than I thought. Yeah, I'm a beast. Don't doubt me. Speaking of which, I wonder if I could ask you a favor, Alpha Joe. You see, I'm quite worried about all this talk of Patty going missing. So I was wondering if you could... Oh, never mind. The hexagon is really far too dangerous. I couldn't possibly ask that much of you. You don't even have to say it. I'll go right now. Let's go. I'm going. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready. I don't know if we can actually go at this point. I think we can. Yeah, we're free to go. So we can go straight to the hexagon now. But first, I am going to... do I need to heal? Oh, I need to heal big time. So... we're going to call it for this episode. Off screen, I'm going to buy some stuff from the shop. And I can... Well, actually, let's end by showing off the shop a bit. Hold on, let's check this. Sometimes we can get things, like we can just steal 2 gold from them, and we can steal a moonwort bulb from them, and they won't care the slightest. Welcome to Village Top. How can I help you today? So obviously you got the 2 options, buy and sell, very standard. You can sell items, which are just like these things and stuff. Also, when I was fighting, I got slime drop, which is a slime specific drop that you can get, and it can be useful and stuff later. Like, you know how it says, see how it says alchemize it? That's a feature that we don't have unlocked yet, but we'll get into later, and it's a very, very useful feature. So it's good to stock up on things that you can alchemize, like Tangle Web is useful in alchemy, slime drop obviously useful in alchemy. Horse manure surprisingly can be used in alchemy. Wake Robin, you can use it too. Most items can be used in some way, shape, or form in alchemy. But you can like sell equipment, sell items, and you can also buy stuff. And this one is a combined shop. Later on, in some of the towns and cities that we go to, they'll be split into an armor shop, a weapons shop, and a miscellaneous item shop, I guess you would call it. But this one has all in one because it's a small town, so they just throw everything together. So these are all the various equipment items that you can buy here. They're not too expensive, actually. Later on, I am going to be using a whip, but for right... Actually, I'm probably going to do a bit more grinding off screen, get some more money, and I'm going to buy... I think I'll buy this... I'm just going to buy the sword, actually. I'm going to buy the sword, I'm going to buy... this leather shield. Leather shield, actually, is how you would say that, me. I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy the bandana. I'm gonna probably buy the leather armor. And then I can get some sweet boxer shorts. Just stroll around in boxer shorts. I'm not gonna buy any pants because there's no need. I don't get any stat increase from them. And I'm gonna buy the cotton gloves, and I'm going to buy leather shoes. So that's basically what's gonna happen off screen between this episode and next. But as I said before, this is the end of this episode. So if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to leave a like on the video. If you want to keep up with all the other stuff that I'm doing, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And leave some comments about things that you like with the series, things you want to change with the series, things. And thank you all very much for watching. So that's all until next time. Stay chill.